I just got done watching the latest two Apothecary Diaries episode. Didn't watch last week's episode till today. And I thought to myself, oh, that's a great episode. I mean, look at Jinshi out here cross-dressing like a mofo. Eye candy for days. Just an overall fantastic episode. Only for this newest one to come in like a damn sledgehammer. Make last week look tame in comparison. And drop not only one of the best episodes to date, but probably one of, if not my favorite moments today. And that's this girl's, she got nails. This cat's got nails, man. The whole Shin and Lihua stuff is such a mind twister, but I think this might be the single greatest moment I've ever seen in this show. To have the jealousy, to have the it should have been me energy. I get where it's coming from, doesn't excuse it, but I think a lot of people, humans make some pretty dumbass decisions, but the idea of taking it to such an extreme that you want to abort the Emperor's baby from your own living blood because it should have been me. That's a crime punishable by death. And what does this golden angel do? At the face of a family member committing the ultimate sin, gives her the hardest slap known to man, and when she's like, oh, was that not enough? Oh, okay, I want to I don't want her dead, I just want her to be punished, so if that's not enough, picks her by the collar and is ready to pummel her ass. This girl dead ass looked at these characters and said, oh, was that slap not enough? Okay, I'll throw hands until you tell me to stop hitting her. Once she's punished enough, then we let her go. We'll just, ban her from the court. And I'm like, ma'am, how did you just skyrocket to near top of best character in this show like that? This show is so freaking wonderful because no matter how many anime you've seen, and trust me, I think my list is like 1,400 or something at this point. It doesn't matter. This show is next to impossible to predict. Even if you have slight concerns, okay, the moths in the flame, maybe that did a hallucinogen. You might have some things you'll never fully predict the show because that's just how well it's written, but once the reveals are there, you say, oh, of course, it could have been nothing else. What a 10 out of 10 show. This is a freaking masterpiece. Of course, if you want to see my full thoughts on these episodes, we got the Patreon, though. If you want to support my work, we got full uncut live reactions to all these Apothecary Diaries episodes over there exclusively. So, main talking point will definitely be this latest episode. There is some stuff from last week's episode that I do want to touch upon as well, but I gotta be honest, man, that Shin stuff, when they're building into the approaching, hey, the flowers by this shed, I'm like, okay, there's a sick person in there, okay, is what it is, I suppose, what's the big deal? Obviously, get the girl at least a proper bed, and then how it relates to, oh, all of these perfume bottles combined together is a poison. I'm like, okay, I wonder who we're poisoning. Oh, abortion pill. So I'm thinking, in my mind, I'm thinking that Lady Shin or someone close to her got pregnant by someone they don't want. I thought we were truly building into something where we're trying to abort so we don't get locked into a very horrible situation. No jealousy. The fact that she, it is really interesting because when you look at it, they look so similar. The main big difference at face value is one has titties and one has average titties. And the Emperor loves him some titties. Let's make that crystal clear. But the idea of just how she gets exposed and how toxic she is, it's very crazy too. Because despite, I think for most people watching, what she got as a punishment wouldn't seem like enough. But the fact is, for someone as prideful as her, to be utterly stripped away of the little power you had in this world and being tossed away is actually the most disrespectful thing that is going to haunt her for life. Now, granted, she might try to come back swinging, and if so, well, the cat's gonna have more than claws, man. She gonna absolutely slit your throat. But either way, the way they handled that reveal, because obviously, she had a pretty good cover-up at first. What's wrong with putting someone, a sick person in a closed-off environment we were protecting? I have no idea why that was there. Pretty good cover-up. Unfortunately, the things that were in there are heavily scented, and your scents all over, the one bottle literally is her current scent. And these are banned things, so you can't even use the argument, well, lots of people use insert. No, they're banned. So, she's very much caught. She's cornered. And the way she first cuts our girl. I gotta admit, though, as infuriating as that is, I kind of like Mao Mao with the 3 little cuts there because it kind of looks like whiskers. And given this was an episode where she literally pounced at a lizard, I kind of like the whisker scar. I doubt it's going to last, but if it does, I would be oddly very okay with that. But the build up to everything they did was just so remarkably well done, and it's so interesting how, if you really take a step back, Mao Mao has completely reshaped and revolutionized the kind of ladies in waiting completely. Like, her first real big moment was, well, of course, saving someone who should have died, and just, obviously everything that happened afterwards. But despite Mao Mao, being told that she's not even able to practice medicine because only guys can, and those being eunuchs. So the fact that the emperor is as progressive as he is, and he's banned the surgery to turn people into eunuchs, they're gonna eventually start falling off, and there's not gonna be enough doctors to go around. I mean, the fact that we have the quack doctor who's at face value, still able to do what he does, despite, in a lot of circumstances, probably would have been banned from doing anything given different situations that he's been involved in. It's pretty insane, but the fact that more and more people are turning to Mao Mao because they know she's talented, I'm waiting for the moment that she gets exposed to a point that it should be a punishment by death, and Jinshi has to step in and slap his actual dick on the table. Most people don't think he has one, but he's going to have to at some point, I imagine. But either way, just some great shit. Like I said, though, last week's episode was also very good. The big thing and the big star was actually what they revealed with the dance performance. So they give like a general performance, and it's whatever. And then the twins, who I gotta admit, the one twin was a crusty ass bitch. She had a horrible personality. They both are mesmerized. So what happened was that, the bullying with the moths, because they were attracted to Granny's scent, they naturally flocked towards her, and the way they lit up in the sky because of, their design gave that initial illusion, but the way she appeared from thin air was cloaking them with a black cloth and removing it. And I thought that was just brilliant. I thought it was such a brilliant way to get that across. I'm over here overthinking, oh, it's the moths were burning in the fire and that did a hallucinogen and blah blah. No, it was a lot more simple, but the answer was absolutely brilliant. Pretty good with predicting anime and seeing where stuff's going, because once you've seen enough stories, even outside of anime, you can combine all of it. Things follow a predictable path for the most part, but yes, there can still be surprises. This show, yeah, I can't do that with. Like, I throw stuff at the wall and I expect less than 1% of it will stick, and I'm okay with that. Fantastic 2 episodes. The newest one is without a doubt the best. I ain't lying. That has to be one of the best moments in Apothecary Diaries histories. Oh, the slap wasn't enough? I'll just beat her. How? Queen! Need I say more? Your thoughts down below on these last couple of episodes of this greatness. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. Of course, ring that bell. And like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got Tiara's Grace, Ryan49, Torvac, Joseph Shirley, Andrew Lau, Evil Twin 01, Soakin the Lurker, and we also have Top Cell. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.